The transfer window is now open, which means only one thing for this channel: we've got to talk about it. So join me today as we go through some of the latest and breaking news from this year's transfer window. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, it really would mean a lot to me. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss what's coming up. And now, let's talk some transfers. And we start with this, the club statement from Bournemouth surrounding manager Gary O'Neill. Let's see what they have to say. If we scroll down here, we can say, we can today confirm that we have parted company with head coach Gary O'Neill. This comes as a massive shock. Gary leaves the club after overseeing 37 matches last season, initially on an interim basis before formally appointed to his first head coaching role in November. A return of 10 wins and 6 draws in the Premier League was enough to maintain the club's position in the top flight, effectively securing survival with 4 matches remaining following a memorable run of results in April. AFC Bournemouth's owner and chairman Bill Foley explained, "Gary's achievement last season is one I will always be grateful for." Will you? Is that why you sacked him? Really? This has been a difficult decision, but it has been made with the great consideration to best position ourselves ahead of the coming season. Interesting, they must have someone lined up, I would have thought. As a club, we have put plans in place for long-term success, with improvements being made to infrastructure, most notably the development of a new state-of-the-art training facility and the ongoing discussions around upgrades to our stadium. We have also identified a number of significant targets in the transfer market this summer and believe this change in direction will provide us with the best platform from which to build. Gary will go on to have a long career as a head coach or manager, but we feel that at this moment in time, a change is in the best interest of this football club. I would like to place on record my thanks to Gary and wish him all the best for the future. The appointment of a new head coach will be announced imminently, so they must have someone in mind. That's the only reason I can imagine they would be doing this. A couple of interesting points surrounding this, in the sense that they already have a list of significant targets in the transfer market lined up. That would indicate and make me think that Gary O'Neill hasn't had too much to do with the transfer policy of Bournemouth. Giving him the actual role in November is an interesting point to just then take it away at the end of the season. He's done a fantastic job, and some people were considering him to be manager of the season if you consider where they were, how likely they were to go down under Scott Parker, and then following that just cataclysmic defeat to Liverpool by 9-0, it just made you believe that Bournemouth were going down. Gary O'Neill had a massive thing to say about that, and to have them safe with 4 matches remaining is incredible. He has not been rewarded for the work he's done, and in turn, they have let him go. I'm shocked by this. I really am. Hopefully the manager they have is sensible. I'm sure they will have had offers. I'm sure they will have been looking at places, but really, this is shocking news. Gary O'Neill has left Bournemouth. In other news, Ruben Neves is set to be moving to Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. His fee is going to be around 55 million euros. His agreement with Barcelona and Wolves' agreement with Barcelona fell through and collapsed, and it means that he is off to Saudi Arabia. He's got a contract until 2026. His main part of his medical is done, and he is off. It's a massive coup for Saudi Arabia, especially with the age profile and the fact that Ruben Neves wanted to play in the Champions League. He claimed that he had ambitions to really perform at the highest level, but instead he's decided to move elsewhere. Speaking of Saudi Arabia, Ruben Neves is not the only player that's meant to be making the move. N'Golo Kanté has signed a 4-year deal, it is being reported, 100 million euros in salary over those 4 years. He seems to be moving on a free from Chelsea. The agreement for him to stay at Chelsea was in place. However, after negotiations from the 6th of June took place, it seems like his head has been turned, and now he's going to Al Ittihad. While we're on the topic of Chelsea, Kalidou Koulibaly is also on the move too. Saudi Arabia again. Al Hilal also want him. Okay, yes, that's quite a lot, but okay. He is wanted and expected to receive a bid of around about 25 million euros, between 25 and 30 million euros for his services. They've offered him a 3-year deal. We're going to wait on this one to see how it unfolds, but he is going to get an offer, or Chelsea are going to get an offer for him from Saudi Arabia. Whether he's willing to make that step is another question, though. And last but not least, we're going to keep an eye on this one throughout the summer. Thomas Partey is set to leave Arsenal. Yep, you heard me correct. Thomas Partey is set to leave Arsenal. It requires a big bid from another club, but he is on the market. Previously, Arsenal were saying that he was untouchable, not available. No one could go near him. Now, things have changed. And honestly, I think it's the right move. Hear me out. When you think about the fact that Declan Rice is being chased by Arsenal, and they also have a heavy interest in the likes of Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia, it makes sense to put Thomas Partey in the shop window. They need to get him off the books, especially with him being 30 years old, and right now, it's probably the only time you're going to be able to get any kind of decent return for him. It just makes sense for me. And that's it for today. Please let me know your thoughts about everything that we've talked about today in the comment section below, and what transfer are you looking forward to this summer? What player do you want to arrive at your club? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Please like the video, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.